Today's episode of the Just Keep Swimming podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is an online audiobook and podcast service offering over 10,000 books and the ability to listen to your favorite podcasts, including the Just Keep Swimming podcast. I personally use Audible all the time and suggest you take a listen to Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. In this book, Mr. Maxwell shares his story on how he was able to live a noble and purposeful life and gives you tips and tricks so you can do the same. So please start your 30-day free trial now at www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast, all lowercase. Again, that is www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast. And if you have any more questions or concerns for the Just Keep Swimming podcast, you're always welcome to reach out to us on Facebook or at Instagram at Just Keep Swimming _podcast, or you can email us at jkspodcast702@gmail.com. And with that out the way, let's dive into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your friend, your boy, your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we back at it again with another great episode for you. And you already know who's with me. It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Mr. 1-3, dropping hot beats for the city as always. So please make sure you guys check out his latest projects because he has some fire coming for you guys. I promise you that. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of want to talk about betting on yourself. So if you guys watch the show Shark Tank, you will see that a lot of times the investors will ask a pretty interesting question. The question is usually, how much have you invested into your own company? You know, the person that's doing the pitch, they ask them how much have they invested. And, you know, sometimes the person says a great amount. And when the amount is great, the investors are more interested. They're like, okay, you have faith in yourself. But when the investors say, oh, I haven't invested anything, or I invested a few $100s or something, a lot of time the investors pull back because they're like, you know, you're pitching this idea to us, but you haven't put any money into your idea to make sure your idea work on your own hands before you came to us. And it's like, how can I invest into somebody who is not willing to invest into their self, you know? And I think that right there is like an amazing mindset. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, of course, and you know, casinos are everywhere, all over the place. You can run to a casino, you can gamble anywhere, gas stations, grocery stores, corner stores. There's all type of gambling everywhere, you know. But one thing I always think about is how many people sit down at the casino table with the mindset that I'm about to lose all my money today and I can't wait. I'm betting on the house to take my money. And I want to say probably nobody, you know. Yes, some people probably going there for fun, for the excitement of gambling because they never did it. But a lot of people are in there because they have the belief in their self that they can win and they can actually beat the odds of the house, you know. And we understand that the casino, well, I understand at least working the casinos for so many years, how the odds work out and how the casino will adjust the odds based off of their self because, you know, first and foremost, the casino bets on themselves more than anybody. Yes, they want you guys to come play and have fun with them, but they're not betting on you winning. They're betting on you guys giving them their money, and it's the vice versa for the players. The players are betting on themselves that they're going to beat the casino and win all this money and change their life, you know? And I can't imagine having a gambler walk in there to say, oh, I'm just here to be here and I'm just going to lose all my money because, you know, I don't have no faith in myself. And I think that right there is a terrible mindset, but that's a mindset that a lot of us walk around in life, you know, in other circumstances. You know, maybe it's smaller things such as, you know, hope for your body to heal, or hope for a raise or a new position, or for your business to take off, you know. Yes, you have this idea and you're probably putting in the work, but if you don't believe that it's actually going to happen, it's not going to happen for you. I'm sorry to say that, but you have to, you know, change that mindset and truly bet on yourself that it's going to happen. It's going to work no matter what, you know. I've been an athlete, majority of my life, definitely my younger ages. And one thing that it took me a while to understand is trash talking. A lot of people like to trash talk and get into the player's head, because they're trying to throw the other person off their game. But I believe that the other mindset of trash talking is the hyping yourself up and, letting people know that, hey, I'm better than you think I am, and you're not about to just push me over or just take me over that way. Me trash talking to you is me hyping myself up and betting on myself to win this game, win this event. So, that example kind of came to me from this week from work. We had a what's the game called? Jenga. We had a Jenga tournament with our team, and it was me, my homegirl Lindsay, shout out Miss Oak, and we were on teams, and every team that we played against, even though it's my own teammates and my own co-workers, I was talking trash. I was like, yeah, go ahead and knock that over for us real quick so we can go on to the next game. I know you don't want to play no more. Go ahead and knock that over for me real quick. Everybody might want to take a step back because this person's about to knock over the Jenga, and I was just kind of trash talking, but yes, I was having fun, but at the end of the day, I had this confidence in ourselves and my team that we were going to win no matter what. I didn't believe that me and Lindsay were going to lose at all. And guess what? We ended up winning the tournament because I walked in with that mindset. The second I learned what we were doing, I'm like, whoever's on my team is winning, And that right there is me betting on myself in an ultimate fashion or in a small fashion, But I can bet on myself in other ways as well, I like to bet on myself that I'm going to make it in life, I like to bet on myself that, whatever I'm feeling is going to go away and I'm going to accomplish my goal. And that right there pushes me forward with the podcast right now. We've been doing this podcast for 3 years, almost 4 years. I lost count of how long we've been doing this podcast for, but I haven't quit at all. Why? Because I'm betting on us. I bet that me and my bro can make it. I bet that the Just Keep Swimming podcast is going to be one of the biggest podcasts out there in the world. And you guys are going to know my name, whether it's before my death or after my death. You guys are going to understand that this podcast is here for you guys, And I'm betting that, the universe, the gods, my Lord and Savior, he's going to get me there no matter what. I'm betting that life is going to turn in the way that I want it to turn. And I'm not going to bet against myself and put myself down. Because every time that I put myself down is when the house comes over and really kicks you and keeps you down and makes sure that you don't want to, get up no more. And, the casino, they know what they're doing. They know that when somebody is down, what do? Let's give them a drink to make them stay here longer and keep them down in this mindset for longer, and let's keep them gambling. Let's give them a sense of false hope. They're losing money. Let's get them something free to make them continue to lose money. And I don't believe that's you betting on yourself. That's casino continuing to bet on you to lose, So there's the things in life that are betting on you to lose. I have a small case right now that I'm going through where I believe that the people bet that I wasn't about to respond or fight back for whatever is going on. And they thought I was going to just turn over. But you know what? I bet on myself and say, you know what? Something's telling me I can beat this and I'm going to fight back. And if I didn't bet on myself, there would have been a fight back, I would have just rolled over and laid there and died. And it's like, no, I cannot do that. We cannot do that in this world. We have to bet on ourselves. So, I hope that resonated with you guys, and I hope you guys are out there betting on yourself, no matter what it may be. Are you betting on yourself to pass a class? Are you betting on yourself to be able to make a meal? Are you betting on yourself to be a great father? Show the world that you're better than what people say you are, and you're actually going to keep striving and keep pushing yourself forward no matter what. Do you bet that you're going to make it? Because I tell you this right now, I bet that every single person listening to this podcast is going to make it. I bet that all my listeners are stand-up people and they're all going to continue to keep swimming and they're not going to lose. Because I bet that I'm giving out positive messages to you guys and motivating you guys and getting you guys to where you need to be. Even if it's just a small, minuscule word I say that motivates you, I bet that my words will help changing your life and motivating you guys to the next level. So what are you placing your bets on? Are you betting that you're going to lose? Are you betting that the team you're going to get is going to beat you? Are you playing to win? Or are you playing just not to lose? Because as we know, those are two different mindsets, So let's bet on yourself and let's put that money where your mouth is. And let's actually step up to the table and trust that, you know what? I bet if I do this, it's going to work for me. I bet that if I take this risk, it's going to pay off. I bet that if I take this walk or do this new task, it's going to transform my life and get me to that new level that I'm trying to be. I bet that I'm going to be a victor at the end of the day. I'm not going to walk out down, but I'm going to walk out higher than I was. I bet that this conversation is going to go smoother than I expected to go, because I expected to go smooth, because I bet that this is going to happen. I bet that I'm a great speaker. I'm a great host. And I bet that this right here is all going to work out for me. So, my mindset is stop betting on others. Stop betting on your dreams to lose. And let's put that faith out there in the world that no matter what's going to happen, it's going to work out for me, and let's bet on yourself. Let's put that money behind you and back yourself up, So one thought I kind of came up with the other day as well is how, when you bet on yourself, that's just adding that ultimate faith on yourself as well, So let's throw in that faith. Let's throw out that faith in the universe and say, you know what? I got this. I will get there. I will keep swimming. I will keep fighting. Yes, it's hard, and I understand it's hard and life is crazy, but I bet that I'm going to be happy when my end days come. I bet before the age of such and such, I'm going to have such and such, Let's put them bets out there in the world, and let's trust that your bet is going to win, Don't just put the bet on the table and turn your back and walk away because you think you're going to lose. No, watch that ball spin around that table and just have that faith that it's going to fall into your place perfectly, because it will. And, you got to just not give up, and you got to just keep swimming, and you got to trust that, you're better. You're good. You're amazing. You can make it. You can do this. Don't let nobody else top you down. Don't let nobody else bet against you, make you feel like, oh, I'm about to lose. If they bet against you, you double down. You raise the stakes. Call their bet. Call and raise their bet, and let's see if they're going to bet again. Show that confidence in yourself that, hey, you're not about to break me. I'm not about to let you bet against me. You want to bet against me? You about to lose your money. You might as well just write me a check right now and send it over, because I'm not about to lose this bet at all. If I'm betting on myself, I promise you I'm going to win, and that's a wrap. But yes, so I hope that message resonated with you guys today. We appreciate all the support you guys are giving us, definitely for our new monthly sponsors. Thank you guys so much for sending the funds to us. We truly appreciate you guys. We're going to continue to thrive and bring valuable, encouraging content to you guys, with stories, with examples, with all this type of information, because there's so much in the world, and I'm just trying to really just filter it through everything and make sure I give you guys the most positive messages, because I bet you guys are going to keep swimming. You guys are still swimming, and we want you guys to keep swimming. So yes, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, a marvelous afternoon, a splendid evening, and like I said, take that money, bet on yourself, and I promise you're going to make it. No fear, no worries, no doubts in our minds. You got this. You got this. So have a great day, marvelous afternoon, a splendid evening, and remember to just keep swimming.